What's going on, you guys? It's Keenan Briggs, sports consultant and mentor. And today we're going to be talking about the 10 pain points in the college recruiting process for student athletes. Many times, this whole process is challenging. And when it's challenging, people tend to feel overwhelmed and so many things happen, right? It's a headache. And if you don't know how to navigate through them or are guided through this process, it's very time consuming, very stressful, and just a lot of things that you don't want to deal with. So I'm going to be breaking down exactly what it is so you're aware of them and give you some tips on how to navigate through them. Number one, understanding complex NCAA rules and eligibility requirements. Okay, here's an example, right? Let's say you're learning how to speak Spanish and you travel to a Spanish speaking country and the person asks you, do you know how to speak Spanish? And you say, yeah, I know a little bit, right? And then they go off into this monologue of Spanish words, right? And you're like, wow, I don't know what's going on. If that happens, you notice that your brain kind of shuts down. It just says, it's too much information. I don't know what's going on. Even though you may understand it, it's too much. That's the same process that happens in this recruiting process. If you aren't fluent in the language that's being spoken, fluent on the dates and what's needed, then it's too much and we don't want that to happen. So understanding the dates, the process, knowing what's required of you is going to be key. Number two, balancing academic commitments with sports training and recruitment. So this is very important because your calendar is key. If you don't have a specific calendar set for your personal, social, your training, and your recruiting process, it's going to be all over the place. So many times athletes eventually set certain school visits on important track meets. So now when they're focused on trying to get better at track, they're not at the track meets because they're on a track and field visit. It doesn't really make sense. So you want to make sure your calendar is fine-tuned to where it's helping you become a better athlete and find exactly what you're looking for. Number three, identifying legitimate recruiting opportunities. This part is very important because when you are able to understand, this is what I need, this is what I'm looking for, and then the school comes into play, if they don't meet your requirements, then they're not the best school for you. And it's very important that you're very transparent with that process. Many times athletes say, my dream is to go Division I. And let's say they have a full ride for Division II, they have a couple offers for NAIA, they got accepted to some Division III schools. Well, because it's Division I, that was their dream, they end up going to that school. Well, the problem with that is maybe they don't like the school, they don't like the area, it just happens to be a D1 school. Now you're going to be living 4 to 5 years at that state, and what if you decide to live there? Now you're living in a space that you didn't really want to live. So be very diligent on what you're looking for, figure out which opportunities are the best for you and which ones save you the most amount of money. Number four, overwhelmed from research and evaluating numerous colleges. This goes back to your overall calendar, right? When you're able to schedule this day, this day, that helps you a lot. But the most important piece is this is a business. You want to delegate certain responsibilities to other people, and now you can actually use AI to help delegate the process. So make sure that you're interviewing the right way. You have an interviewing process that's actually intact and keeps you organized. Number five, uncertainty about finding the right academic and athletic fit. This process is normal, but as you break down exactly what you're looking for, what you want, and how you want it to look, it's going to help you find the exact school that fits exactly what you're looking for. There are so many times where I've had athletes that say, I want to go to this specific school, but this other school reached out to me and I don't know how to say no to them. Well, I say, have you talked to them? Have you saw their campus? And they say, I haven't. Well, great. Since you know you don't want to go to that school, simply talk to them, see what they're about. Then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? It fits a lot of the things that I was actually looking for and I never even thought about. So make sure that you know what you want and then keep everything open because you never know what you might get. Number six, pressure to maintain high performance levels for coach evaluations. So many times athletes are looking to perform at a very high level, but they also want to sign early. They want to make sure they sign as early as possible. The problem with this is you have football that signs, you have the winter sports that are signing, and now all of a sudden you want to perform and impress these coaches so you can sign. Well, in track and field, you want to be your best at the end of season. My brother got a scholarship literally the day after he graduated high school. So it's kind of tricky, right? But if you're chasing marks early, all you're doing is hurting your overall results for the season. So make sure that you have this planned out. So it's very important you have a professional on your team that is able to manage your season so that you're not just chasing marks, that you're looking for opportunities that are created by you because of your needs and desires. Number 7, navigating scholarship options and financial aid applications. It's very important that you understand how to get a scholarship, how to get grants, how to get other ways to generate money. With NIL deals, this world is now changing for the recruiting process. But for example, Madison Lyon was being recruited from my team and she was getting a 20% scholarship, right? However, 80% of that was because she had financial aid and she also had good grades. So that actually helped the school have to pay less for her because the other part of the other departments of school were paying for that. So understanding that your grades are of value, you can apply for scholarships, apply for grants, and that makes it easier for the school to pay and eventually accumulate to a full scholarship. Number 8, difficulty scheduling and attending college visits and showcases. Well, number 1, we all know that if you're trying to travel to a showcase track meet, such as Nike Nationals, Adidas Outdoor, all these things, New Balance, they are a flight, they are a room and board. It's just so many ways to spend money, right? So you want to pick and choose which one you're going to go to and also make sure that it fits your schedule, okay? If you're looking to go to a specific showcase meet or a specific camp, well, when does it fall? When is it? Is it after you've already graduated high school? Putting yourself out in front of coaches is important, but making sure that it fits your schedule and you're not overdoing it, because so many times athletes overdo their travel and now it creates a stress on their body and now they're performing at a lesser quality. So keep that in mind. Number 9, managing communication with multiple coaches effectively. So this happens all the time. Many times athletes are intimidated by this recruiting process. They don't know what to say, what to write. What I offer is a free class which talks about what to email college coaches so that they respond to you, right? You want them to see who you are and what you're about. So many of these recruiting service sites are about just making a profile page for you, but that doesn't do anything. They don't know who you are still. It's all about you marketing yourself and using social media to brand and build awareness of what you offer. So once you have that, then you can go into the details of conversation. So again, I offer a class, it's free, where you can go there, learn what to say, what to write, and kind of build the excitement about who you are as a person so that now you have a connection with the coach and a conversation. And number 10, struggling to create standout athletic profiles and highlight videos. This is normal. You may not be educated on how to create highlight videos. You may not be educated on what profiles to promote your page, right? To promote your ability. These things are normal, right? I offer a service that actually gives you those things step by step, teaches you how to make a video, teaches you how to send the videos, what should be in it, right? And also what profiles are the best to use to showcase your abilities and talent. This is all shown in the College Recruit 101 program. The College Recruit program is something I put together a long time ago, but now it's available for the public. Basically last year, for example, I had 14 seniors, and of the 14 seniors, all went to college, and 11 of them decided to run track in college. 7 of those 11 are on a D1 scholarship. So it's very important to know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you're competing against people like me that have these services, that are educating athletes to figure out exactly what it is that they have to do to get those scholarships. So what I suggest is check it out, College Recruit 101, and I'll see you inside.